Hello guys, this is Slayer Joe 31. Feeling much better today. And I'm back at it with some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So yeah, apologies for the if I sounded rough in the last video. I was dealing with a cold that day, and I'm feeling a lot better now. Took me a whole week just to edit that video, mostly because I kept getting distracted. I mean, it's not that I didn't have time, it's just I just didn't want to spend all my time editing, and then as soon as I was done with one thing, I realized, oh, I gotta do this now, and then and so on and so forth. So I wanted to do more and more and more and more. But it's like I didn't want to, but I feel like I had to. I don't know. Compulsion. It's a hell of a drug, It's like, obviously you shouldn't do. I don't think you should do everything based on compulsion, because then, it's not really something you enjoy, something you want to do. It's not going to be something you're going to enjoy doing or want to keep doing. At least when it comes to stuff like, I mean, there's a difference between. I mean, you could be good at something and still hate it, but I don't know, I don't want that to be me. So if I don't enjoy something, I don't want to do it long term. Anyway, enough talking. Where we last left off, we were going into the first part of Maya's trial for the murder of her sister Mia. Okay, episode 2. Okay, and I got myself a beer here, so I'm ready. Okay. September 7th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 1.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Yeah, I know Edgy has a British accent, so I'm going to try to make him sound British, but also try to differentiate him from the bellboy. Alright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief's officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir! My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir! I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir!
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain.
Sorry if I'm making him sound retarded. It was the voice I had in mind for him when I first saw this guy. So I'm gonna try to stick with that for now, unless I get tired of it. But yeah. Anyway,
the body was found by this window here, and
and the cause of death.
Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of a thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence.
They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Alright. Now, detective.
Yes, sir!
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir! I had hard evidence she did it, sir! Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
Maya Fey's arrest.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Via Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Ah! Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in the... it's Phoenix reading it, so I'll just do in his voice. When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a go.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright. Okay. Who'd you say you got a call from?
Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene.
Okay. I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right. Please continue.
There were 2...
Oh, yeah, I already read this. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime?
Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
Our motto this month is quick response.
Nice.
That's how I got there before the killer got away.
Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were.
Yes, sir.
Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
He ain't wrong. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. Takes one to know one, right? I should pick my points to press with a little more care. Why's that? What's your reason? Okay. Hold on just 1 second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it.
You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal.
You colorblind, Gumshoe?
Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough.
That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes.
Ah!
Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. That was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony. Again.
Hard evidence. All right.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own 2 eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I spy a contradiction. That was instantaneous. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying.
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, Detective.
Backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But...
No butting your way out of this one, Detective. I need to sound more high-pitched, I think.
Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being...
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? The second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all.
I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? I want to say he's a sham, I still don't want to say I'm a freaking sham. Yeah, I feel bad for the detective, but I think the only objective, right thing here to do would be to, if you're gonna take it out on someone, do it on the detective. I mean, it is technically his fault. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham! How could you give me a faulty report?
Oh, I thought...
Detective Gumshoe, I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that.
I'm sorry, sir.
You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
What? But...
Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Autopsy report updated in the court record. Yeah, thanks a lot, Edgeworth. I've seen this. This has pretty much become a meme at this point. But you want to know what's really messed up is that, from what I hear, at least back in the day, this kind of shit actually did happen in the Japanese legal system. It's like here in America, this kind of shit wouldn't fly, but since the legal system in Ace Attorney is based directly on Japan's legal system, this is why this is happening. Forgive me, Lord. Yeah, I know I heard the Japanese have started to make some improvements, to help correct stuff like this. But even then, their conviction rate is still freaking high, and that's not a good thing, It's like that's the one thing Ace Attorney is based on. It's like you get to play as the lawyer fighting the uphill battle against the prosecution. But I kind of wouldn't mind seeing the reverse of this. It's like if it actually was based on the American judicial system, had the jury trials and had the and you got to play as the prosecutor trying to fight against corrupt lawyers trying to get obvious murderers off, which is something I've seen happening way too much here in America. I mean, corruption's a hell of a thing, and then you have freaking judges who give lenient sentences. Of course, that doesn't mean that the prosecutors and lawyers aren't guilty themselves. And the whole legal system needs a kick up its ass. Believe me, I'm more than happy to help. But if I tried to do that, then I'd be the one needing a lawyer. So, yeah, I don't want to get into it here, but if we were to give this thing the major overhaul and it needs, it'd have to take a lot of us going together, not afraid of being locked up en masse. Even shit like that can help send a message and help stir change. I'd like to think, anyway. But even then, well, actually, yeah, it would. Even if the damn media didn't report on it, if it can sway people's minds, if it can show them what's really going on, and inspire them to do something about it, Anyway, let's get back to it. Well, Your Honor. The evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Darn. This isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent? Ay. I can feel my testosterone dropping as we speak, so I'm gonna try to be quiet to save myself some shame. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Anyway, I'll tell you a fun fact is that the game actually has some unused sprites in its files, or in its code, I guess, and one of them was hang on.
Order! An introduction.
Damn it.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. Anyway, sorry about that. Like I was saying, Phoenix was supposed to have a sprite where hearts would be popping out of his eyes, so he'd basically be enamored by her like every other guy in the courtroom. But anyway, she's already captured the heart of every man in the courtroom. So if you hadn't met her earlier, so it seemed like you weren't supposed to meet her ahead of time before the trial. Hence, I mean, even when Phoenix met her, he was already blushing like a lobster. So, yeah. Anyway, tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay and Company law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Witness's account. Oh yeah, before I start, actually I'll shut up now.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, and then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair, and the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her, and she hit her. And the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Ay. Well, Your Honor.
I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you?
Judge, are you sure you were talking about her testimony? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you!
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Hell yeah, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination.
Alright.
It was like...
Oh wait, I already read it. Okay. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well,
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question easily. This easily.
I sort of, I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Hell yeah. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Ooh.
I want to say something real quick, is that I remember people were calling her dog girl because of that pose she's making. I've actually seen my dog make a similar pose when she's lying down, but apparently it's based on a Japanese trinket called a Mineki Neko, or which means beckoning cat. Yeah, basically they're doing the same pose she's doing. Basically meant to entice people, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him!
The poor girl! Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl. What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? I didn't finger you for a simp, Edgeworth. Oh, damn it, I thought you had class. And better taste than that. The woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey?
Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing.
Your thing? What the hell are you talking about? And the person attacking her?
The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
I'm messing up her voice. There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. I'd better save here, just in case. Okay. Hold on a minute! That testimony stinks!
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Well, we know for a fact she saw something, and we saw her calling the cops across the street. But if that's the case, but if we know she saw something, that could mean she's twisting it. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Someone tell me, 'cause I'm clueless. Someone tell me, 'cause I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Mia Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Like I said, it takes one to know one. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way that night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her. Still, this gives us a little more wiggle room. And I don't mean the wiggle room in her torso.
I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock? The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Alright, let's tear this testimony apart. Okay, dodged the first attack and ran off to the... Hey, wait a minute. Let's take a look at it first. What did she say? Ran off to the right. Okay, that tracks.
Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
Damn it. Hey, wait a minute. How do you know it's a clock? Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Yeah, thanks, Frankie.
Order! Order!
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Ooh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
No can do, Judgy Wudgy. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers these questions before. Well, murderer. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
That was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time.
You were in a hotel room across the dang way. How the heck did you hear it? How loud is that dang clock? If I had a clock that freaking, unless I was trying to use that as an alarm, but even then, if it was loud enough to be heard from a freaking hotel across the way, it probably, I'd probably get some noise complaints from my neighbors. Well, if they didn't live across the street anyway. Anyway. So you've been to the law offices of Fay and Company.
No! Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee.
The law offices of Fay and Company, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's freaking empty. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look, right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May?
Tisk.
Huh? Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Yeah, I can. Ho ho. Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is right here. Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order!
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps maybe Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Good detective, but I remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry.
September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was it again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, I do. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
You know, before I go ahead, I want to say that I feel like it's easy to get into the systematic flaws of this game. It's like early on, I was wrong when I said the game forces you to go a certain way. It's like I think here and in the tutorial case, you actually can think outside the box, especially if it's glaringly obvious. You know, when you on a repeat playthrough. Anyway, but yeah, you can use evidence more than once. You know, it's not like some use it once and it's gone item like in an RPG. You know. Anyway, the clock's made by Larry Butts. This baby's custom made. You won't find it on any store unless Larry starts selling them on Etsy. Actually, if he did, I'd probably have to get me one of those. It'd be a good clock, and if I ever need a murder weapon. Anyway, it's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, nice one, Wright. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Ooh. I think I kind of improv that one. Alright.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
maybe I should make her sound a little more, just a little more deep.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know that weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you'd heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There's no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
Bingo. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... hang on, let me... no, she said it's... I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that, you lawyer?
You call that an insult?
It's not fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. We know for a fact she didn't do it, so let's not mess up our let's not ruin our momentum here. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping irrelevant?
She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant.
While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened at around 9 o'clock at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Ugh.
So, where does that leave us?
It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Let me, Oh boy. Okay, let me, Was there something I missed? Okay. Was there a detail I'm forgetting? Well, come on, think of something. Well, we've exhausted all our ends here with Miss May, so let's go. So let's have the bellboy come in and see if he can't shed some new light. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent, and thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? We ain't got much of a choice. He's our only shot. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.
I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Short and sweet. That's service for you.
I see. Defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Alright, let's see if we can't poke at this fella. Okay. Blah blah blah. There's something I can let's Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir.
Yes, what then?
He was talking about her breasts. Sheesh. Yeah, we've seen them already. We've seen them every time she goes out in public. There's no need to keep flaunting them. Anyway, let's see. 9 o'clock on the dot. Alright. 9 o'clock on the dot, as you say. Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock. The time of the murder. Yeah! Awful convenient, don't you think? I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9 o'clock, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 o'clock p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then.
Oh, bellboy, tea. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock p.m.
Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You're sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, the guest, she favored me with an embracer, sir. Embracier, sir. Embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But it's not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk, tisk. Finally you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen, can I? We can't let it happen. Wait! Please, wait!
Yes, does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough.
No, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all.
Let me save my game first. Make sure I don't mess, in case I mess this up somehow. Okay. This is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? How about the check-in? Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me. What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir. But even I would have little chance with her lover there. Her what? What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable.
Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... he asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool! Caught you slipping, Edgy. I'm pretty sure that kind of crap would get you disbarred, even with just one trial. At least in the U.S. court system. I've done it. I've won. Well, at least momentarily. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who was this other person? Simple. It was... hello? The man who checked in with Miss May. Ugh! Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder, that being the bellboy. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late. I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Ugh. Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous.
Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes. Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Whew. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
And again, that other attorney was pretty. That other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and his trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis...
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
Alright. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow, but now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Okay. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. Amen. How long have we been at it? Gotta be at least an hour. I reckon we got time for some investigating. Okay. September 7th, 3:11 p.m., Detention Center. Visitor's room.
Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving.
Not, you stinking lawyer! I hope you die! Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May.
No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head?
Here we go again. Sweetheart, maybe some time in the slammer will do you some good. You'll learn some better insults. Please, you're scaring the security guard.
So, what did you wish to ask of me then?
For starters, how'd you get to be so totally whacked? Bad parenting, probably. Okay, so who is this guy? About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on.
No way, Jose.
Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Alright. I wonder if this guard monitors the visitors room. He hasn't moved an inch, or maybe he just doesn't get to see a lot of women like Miss May in here. I wonder if the camera's focusing on her. Guess not. Okay, could you tell me about the wiretap?
Hey, guess what? Actually, I really hate your guts. So get lost because, well, I'm not cooperating.
Thanks, I noticed. Okay, what about her testimony then? Okay, never mind then. Let's see if we can let's see if we can't return to the scene of the crime. Well, the scene of the wiretapping, I mean. The other crime. September 7th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as the children say. Huh? Rep? Yes. Our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It will be great for business, sir. Whoa. Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know if there's anything I can bring you. Well, thank you kindly, old chap. But right now I'm just looking around. Huh? There's still a screwdriver stuck in. Ah, please leave that as it is, sir. That's the drawer of terror, hiding place of the murderer's wiretap. It's set to become one of the most popular attractions here. This guy's serious. I don't believe it. Damn. You sure? Damn. For a bellboy, he's got good business sense. Well, working with what you got anyway. Nice weather again today. I can see the VEY Company law offices, of course. Ah, yes. We plan to install a telescope in that window, of course. Just $5 will earn you 3 minutes of a view to a kill. If you're talking about the film, I'm pretty sure you could buy it on eBay. Just kidding, sir. By that look in his eyes, I'd say he was more than serious. Imagine if they showed up and asked to rent the office so they could film a murder scene. Like some kind of little play they got or whatever. Anyway. But anyway, like they were saying, there's 2 glasses here, 2 chairs. She was definitely staying with somebody. Anyway, I think that's all we're gonna get here. Let's go across. September 7th, VEY Company law offices. Looks like forensics is taking the day off today. Detective Gumshoe's nowhere in sight. The police really gave this place a working over. I doubt there are any valuable clues left. Suppose it can't hurt to take a look around, though. The sky is blue, and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. Take a look at the plant. Mia's favorite potted plant. I guess I'll have to water it now. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. You couldn't cram more legal books in here even if you wanted to. All the cases that the chief worked on are filed here. Are some of the files missing? Nah, I'm imagining things. Mia's desk. Perfectly clean as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. Okay, well, if that doesn't... Well, maybe we could give old Grossberg a visit. Give our favorite Jew lawyer a visit. September 7th, Grossberg Law Offices. Huh. Looks like Grossberg is out today. Again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. Today I had an encounter with these 2 Mormon missionary fellas. I ran into them I ran into him here in town on more than one occasion. I feel like just talking to them activates my fight or flight response. Yeah, normally I would carry my gun, but when I'm walking my dog, I don't know. I just, the problem with a pistol is that unless you're carrying one in the chamber, which I'm not at that point yet, you have to have your other hand free to rack it. That's why I'm trying to get me a revolver so I can use it one-handed, specifically one with a hammer. I know some guys like to bob the hammer on there to keep it from catching on their clothing, but for me that's a safety measure, especially if it's a modern one that comes with a transfer bar. Keeps it from misfiring, or so my buddy tells me. Anyway. Wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on that wall? Yeah, it was a painting of... I thought it was Marvin Gross, but the first time I was asked this question, I thought it was Marvin Grossberg. Anyway, it was Fisherman. Wasn't it? It wasn't a very memorable painting anyhow. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case. If I'm not mistaken, that light is made of solid gold. Okay, we already looked at that. But look at what is here. A solid mahogany disc with... Take a good look. What's this? Old photos? There are two lying here. Something's been written in pencil on the backs. DL6 incident, Exhibit A. DL6 incident, Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. I'm sure no one will miss just one little photo, and it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Photograph quietly added to the court record. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll get you thrown in jail, right? Yeah, we can tell who the other photo is, by the way. Maybe if we show this to Miss May, maybe she'll be more cooperative.
You again? Can't you take a hint and stay gone?
Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me.
Oh, so it's my fault now? You just don't have spiky hair. You also have a spiky heart.
That does it. When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. Don't do that, Phoenix. You look like Walter White. Unless you're looking to get into the meth business now. Take a look at this. Any thoughts about this photograph?
Who's that? Your mother?
Looks like I've just been wasting my time. I knew I should have grabbed the other one. Damn it. Hopefully Grossberg hasn't noticed. Okay, he hasn't. Good. Yeah, that's him. I think I'll swap them. Hey, Miss May, look. Your favorite person. Have a look at this.
Look, I've said several times. I'm not telling you.
Where did you... Aha! A reaction. This is him, isn't it?
What? Who? When? Why?
It is him. This is the man who stayed in your hotel room the night of the murder.
No, that's not right.
Nice try, Miss Cooperative.
Do you have proof that it was him? Yeah, proof. Show me proof.
Excuse me. I'm so close. Maybe if we show her the wiretap again. Okay, I guess not. Maybe if we take a close... About the man standing. Look, he's being accused of murder. I don't think you want to be protecting him.
Would you have sold out the late Miss Fay to the cops?
No.
See?
Damn. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone?
Aw, when you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal.
Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May. Just ask Richard Nixon. Although I'm starting to doubt that, honestly.
Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school. Creep.
This woman is impossible to talk to. So she's like every woman, then. Say, why are you so angry? Not exactly the word I would have used, but fair enough. I mean, you don't look like a bad person.
Oh, that does it, bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer.
Bottom? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers, or just against me? I think if you answer either question, she might say yes. I mean, I started specifically hating on cops after I got a speeding ticket at one point. I mean, I don't think all cops are bastards, but I don't know. Like, from all the BLM shit that's been going on, I feel like a lot of them have just been demonized, had freaking targets painted on their backs, and for low pay and all that. A lot of the good ones just up and quit. And to fill their ranks, a lot of the bad ones just freaking took their places. Of course, that's not to say that corrupt police unions and even especially sheriff's departments don't exist. And that's to say nothing about freaking state troopers. To me, I think they're the worst. In Tennessee, they've been arresting folks for blowing sober when arresting folks for drunk driving even when they don't blow anything when they blow a zero on the breathalyzers. One of the fire deputies even came out against it. I tell you, it freaking pisses me off when people use shit like that to freaking push other people around for their own gain. It makes me want to drag them back into the mud they try to stay out of. To show them that the badge is just a flimsy piece of plastic, and to show them they ain't better. Of course, such a thing would probably get me shot within a 5-second notice, and I'd probably wind up on a goddamn donut operator video. So generally, I try to avoid that. Of course, that's not to say there aren't cops who won't pull illegal shit or try to do shit like that. He's actually made videos on that too. But anyway, let's not go off on another tangent again. He's not here. Hey, wait! We have the photo. Miss May. About Miss May. Oh, huh? Sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said. Do what? Starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. Are you suspicious, Mr. Bellboy? Are you a suspicious man? 'Cause you're looking mighty sus right about now. I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist. I'm not gonna make this a brain rot channel, don't worry. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Ah, yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. Are we talking literal or, anyway, I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. Okay, I'm leaning towards the former then. There we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. A photo? Ask and ye shall receive. Take a good look. Take a look at this photo. That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that's him? I always thought it was pronounced affidavit or something, like it was a French word or something. An affidavit? This guy is way too excited about this. I never turned him down for it, but I figure what the hell. Well, sure, why not? Yes, I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Just hurry up and write it. Bellboy's affidavit added to the court record. Describes the man who stayed with Miss May at the hotel on the night of the murder. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Many thanks, old chap. I'll be sure to give you a nice tip if I'm ever staying in this place. But sure as hell ain't gonna be in this room. Take a good look. Could you have a look at this?
What's that?
The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with, who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. I know most folks might say to push her hard, but for those of you who made the same mistake I did when I played it on the Wii version, I'm gonna go with ease and her fears, trying to play nice, which in this case again is a mistake. But I'll show you how. But it's not a soft lock, so I'll show you how to navigate from there. Okay. She's vulnerable now. I should be gentle. Miss May, it'll be easy for me to hand this affidavit to the police. If they get involved, wouldn't your boss be even more inconvenienced? All I want to do is have a little chat with him. You won't tell me?
Is that all you have to say?
Yes.
If it's so easy for you to get the police involved, then why don't you? Somehow I think you're not up to it,
Damn. She called your bluff. Show them a little kindness and they jump all over you. That had the opposite effect of what I hoped.
Aw, poor little lawyer. You were so close.
This isn't working. I think I've worn out this piece of paper's usefulness. Damn it! Bellboy's affidavit discarded. The man in this photo is the one I want. Why'd April May not want to talk about it? She must know him. Have fun in prison. Have fun in prison, you big, beautiful breasted bitch. Forgive me, Lord. Alright, this is getting ridiculous. Where the heck is that loafer? That old familiar clearing of the throat. Aha, you again. Hello, Mr. Grossberg. Well, you were quite the thing, my boy. Excuse me. A trial. He was there. Reminded me of myself when I was a youth. I guess something got passed down through me, maybe. It brings back memories, it does. The days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. I apologize. It was all a bit too much for me, my boy. Seeing you today, I appreciate the reminiscing, but I'd much rather you give me some info. What the... Oh, we already saw it. So what'd you think of today's trial? So you came to see the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see. I couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really? What was that? Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl. If you were that worried about it, why didn't you offer to defend her? I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know. A right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. There ain't no time. I'm already covering it. He does seem troubled about something. Maybe I can find something that'll inspire him to talk. Yeah. What happened to that painting? The other day, I'm sure there was a big, pretentious-looking painting on that wall. Pretentious-looking? Well, you know the one I mean. Anyway, where did it go? Yes, well, I got rid of it. Got quite tired of the thing, really. I sold it, you see. Yes, that's right. Sold it? I'm not sure I buy that. Wasn't that painting rather important to you, sir? Did something happen? I don't see how it's any of your business. Please, speak no more of that accursed painting. Excuse me, I was wondering about this photograph. Where did you get that? I borrowed it. Well, give it back at once. Mr. Grossberg, tell me about the man in this photo. He may have been in that hotel room with April May on the night of the murder. Do you know something about him? Anything? Very well. I'll tell you what I know. However, you didn't hear it from me, if you follow. I follow. That man is Mr. Red White. He's the president of Blue Corp. Red White. Blue Corp. They're something like a detective agency, right? They're information pros. They sell information, you see. Sensitive information. Despite his name, Mr. White has the blackest reputation of any man in this country. He don't look black to me. Should you run across him, watch what you say. You wouldn't want him digging up any dirt on you. Selling information. Sounds like blackmail. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? I suppose. Mr. Red White, at last. Finally, a lead on this guy. Even if April May couldn't have done it, he could have. Time to take action. Photograph returned to Mr. Grossberg. Now, I must ask you to leave. I need to think about things alone. Fair enough. Thanks, Mr. Grossberg. Anyway, if you didn't make the same mistake I did, you'll get the address of Blue Corp from April May. So anyway, and look at what we have here. Okay, September 7th, Blue Corp Incorporated, CEO's office. What's with the surreal decor? Welcome! Please furnish me with the title of your personage. What the? Your name? What's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Wright. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably. Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I've intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary. What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp, you know. Corporate expansion official. That's Chief Executive Officer, amigo. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite, so I'm afraid I am not used to conversing with the worldly challenged. That's verbally challenged, dude.
What a fruitcake!
Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this. My dear Miss Fay.
What does he mean by that?
No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself?
Yipes, this guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. Oh wait, I gotta ask him. First, let's take a look at this painting. Huh? Haven't I seen this somewhere? Is this a replica?
Ridiculosity! I have no interest in anything but originals. That right there is a bona fide original, worth $5 million, for sure.
Damn. Grossberg said it was $3 million. He's jacking up the price. This is the top floor of a 20-story building. The view is quite presidential. Jeez, I'd be scared just to look out there. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a desk? My, this is quite the thing.
It is modeled on my body, see? Well, does its sleek roundature not inspire you?
I know there's such a thing as having a thing for your own, as having a thing for yourself, but goddamn, man. I feel like this is on some other kind of. I feel like this qualifies as a mental illness at this point, like beyond just basic narcissism. An impressive lineup of trophies. Judges Special Runner-Up, Best Participation, Judges Cooperation Award, Special Good Try Prize. The words judges and special kind of stand out. I remember the only trophy I ever got was in middle school. I'm pretty sure it was made of plastic that was painted gold. Even that was participation. A statue of a man holding up the world. Oh yeah, there we go. It's Greek Atlas, except it doesn't look like him. The Blue Corp sign certainly stands out enough. The model for the man is, of course, Mr. White.
Truly a work of art, but probably too beautatious for you to appreciate, correct?
I think it's a little too beautatious for just about anyone to appreciate. I hope you were wearing underwear when you did that. Okay, Miss May. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not?
Correct. She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done.
What she has done? You mean the wiretap?
Indeed, she is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties, but I assure you we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this.
Yeah, that sounds like your typical corpo response. We did it, but we're sorry, and we're sorry that we got caught. Not sorry that we did it. It sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. Yeah, that too. On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room?
Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy.
You smoking something, Red? Because weed is still legal in Oregon, but not for too long, I don't think. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy stated on record that he does remember you very clearly.
No matter. The bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that.
He raises a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May.
The police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. Playthings for my amusement.
What kind of company is Blue Corp anyway?
Ah, excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information. We are a company of the future, you might say. We are the future.
Sell information.
In just 10 years, I built this business into the ground office you see now. In case you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue. I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course.
You seem anything but blue. Well, except for your tie. You seem like you're the kind of guy who's every color of the rainbow. If you know what I mean.
Fantabulistic, is it not?
Okay. Now about that painting there. There's something that's been bothering me.
Yes, what might that be? What might that be?
That big painting on the wall over there. I've seen it before. You know, I've actually seen that painting before.
Oh?
Just yesterday, actually.
Your point being?
My point is simple, or rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall?
Mr. Wrong, was it?
Right.
It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you?
A lawyer?
No, my feeble friend. A mere lawyer. Worth nothing, zilch, zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Grody Burger.
What?
Oh! He hit me.
Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away. I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty.
What?
Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding.
So you say. But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible?
I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation. You came here from Grody Burgers, I presume.
Mr. Grossberg's, yes.
And you must ask him, why is it that this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle. There is nothing more to discuss.
Don't gotta tell me twice, asshole. But first I want to see... Actually, I probably shouldn't, but... Maybe I'll just see,
Would you be kind enough to cease your inane chattering and vacate the premises? Let me put it in language you are sure to understand. Shut up and get out. Yeah, like that guy. I have nothing more to say.
Gladly, asshole. Hey! Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat.
Jumping Jehoshaphat! Oh, you.
What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days.
I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess.
Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. So, I paid Blue Corp a visit.
Oh, I see.
Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me.
Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy.
You see, it's just... Yeah, let's cut right to it. Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with. Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp. Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, and I know what it is. The correct answer is option 2, but I always wanted to pick option 3, so we're just gonna go for it. Marvin Grossberg, you and Mr. White have been hiding it for so long, but you can't hide it no more. You and him are deeply in love with each other, and the rest of the world can't accept it. You two men at the top of your game, ridiculously wealthy. It would cause a scandal in the rest of the world. Mr. Grossberg, you and Mr. White, you're gay and you're in love, baby. It's not something I can claim to understand. But you and Mr. White are lovers, aren't you? What? My boy! You sent that painting to him. As a sign of undying love. My boy, please, you're letting your fancies run away with you. Where do you get these bizarre ideas? I don't understand how you could... But that's because I'm not. We're not... Don't be ridiculous. Enough. I'll swallow my pride and tell you all. I knew it. They are lovers. No! We are not lovers. Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. I gotta swallow my saliva. 15 years. All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. The name on the back of these photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red Wright will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. Well, I think that's plain to see, but... What the heck is the DL6 incident? What is the DL6 incident? DL6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium. A spirit medium. Hey, wait a minute now. A medium. Her name was Misty Fey. Fey! Indeed, she was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police, and she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident. But why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know, but one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It is embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law in this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office. She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. Alright, I'll do that. Thanks, Mr. Grossberg. It's funny, looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. All the cases the chief ever worked on are filed here. They're in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at? No sense working down the list. Let's see if there's a record in this file. Let's see if there's a record in this file that catches my eye. A, B, F. Misty Faye. That's Mia and Maya's mother. Should I take a look? I don't think Mia will mind. We're doing it for the case anyway.
I've tarnished the Faye name, leaving only these words. My mother vanished. I was determined to find the one who made my mother blame herself this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of 2 men surfaced.
So, wait. The power that runs in her family. What the heck is she talking?
One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is...
The record stops there. So Mia knew Grossberg and knew what he did. Yeah, that's got to be a tough. That's got to be something to. So wait, did she find out after the fact, or did she find out and then go to work for him? Maybe she intended on blackmailing him. I could see that kind of scenario playing out a multitude of different ways. Maybe she could have blackmailed him for answers to get the. You know, actually, someone could probably make their own alternate scenario. You know, where Mia goes to confront Red White, and either she gets murdered or or something else happens. I don't know. It's just something I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Anyway. Let's see, J through S. Nothing much in here. Maybe I'll just skim some of this. Sure. Well, no harm flipping through a bit, I guess. The biggest part's here, at the end in S. Suicide. Ew. She has a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen. There's writing on most of these in pencil. White. This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Yep, article about a politician's suicide. There we go. Shall I check Mia's files once more? Yeah, let's check them. I know, W. White. The entire W section is missing. Was it taken? Damn. Well, either we can confront White again, or maybe we can get some more insight from Grossberg. What the hell. Let's bite the bullet.
Well, aren't you persistent?
Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you.
Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me! If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur.
Yeah, like he could throw you out the window of that 20-story balcony. Or this 20-story office.
Do I make myself clear?
You know, normally it's not a good idea to threaten a lawyer, but with the kind of connections this guy has, yeah, he thinks he's untouchable. Transparent. This is the only clue that Mia left me. I'd better make this one count. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then, one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life.
And this concerns me how?
I found this article in Mia's office.
Miss Mia.
She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word. White. Mr. White, I know what you did to this politician. You were blackmailing him.
Blackmail? Blackmail?
Not just him either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all the suicide cases that Mia investigated. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I?
What a bizarre accusation, Mr. Wrong. What is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No. I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia.
Secretary's office. Hello?
Mr. Wrong will be leaving now.
Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away.
Wait a second, Mr. White. You're wrong, Mr. White.
Excuse me?
What I should be doing right now is going after you.
Just what are you insinuating?
Mia was on to you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then, Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be? Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it!
Secretary's office.
We won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me to the public prosecutor's office.
Of course, sir. One moment, please.
White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this?
Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow.
What's this about?
The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify.
What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court.
Quietude! I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing in front of me. He looks dazed, but could be violent.
What man?
Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer, man.
What? Mr. White, this isn't another one of those.
Chief Prosecutor, I do not believe you are in a position to freely offer your opinions to me, correct? I'm telling you to send the police. Now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You are a mere lawyer. as was Miss Mia.
How dare you!
I'll point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they make even you look competent.
I feel faint.
Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Ah, Butts! Harry Butts!
You got a problem with Harry Butts? Well, actually, wait. Right, actually. Phoenix Wright. And my friend's name is Larry.
Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe. I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong.
September 8th, 3:37 p.m. Detention Center, Visitor's Room. I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me. And the prosecution will be in on it, of course, Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Before I continue, I just want to say, I read a comment somewhere stating that the tutorial case was added in later, and that this was actually the first case. You were supposed to be given, and that the attorney you were supposed to be given was actually supposed to be Winston Payne. I guess after the fact they decided to cut it, but also make a little tutorial and then rebrand him as a prosecutor. I don't know if that's true or not, but I thought I might mention it. I refused. I had an idea.
Right. Mr. Wright.
Oh, Maya. Great. They let you out of detention.
Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you.
I'm afraid we switched places.
What? You mean you...
I explained what had happened to Maya.
I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do?
Well... Help me get the hell out of here. I mean, the funniest I've never tried. I've always picked the middle option, but I'm kind of wondering about the first one. Might be funny, but I also want to pick the third one. Right. Okay. Listen up. I want you to help me break out of here.
You mean the jailbreak?
Yeah. Tonight's our only chance.
All right.
Let's do it. I'll get some dynamite, some masks, and a getaway car, and we'll get away scot-free. Huh?
Oh, I better go get a hacksaw while the stores are still open. Oh, and a rope ladder and a getaway car. Can you drive?
Wait.
What?
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
No way.
No, really, I was kidding, but thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. If you pick the second option, she actually goes to get herself some pom-poms and maybe or maybe not a cheerleader uniform. Yeah. I forget exactly because it's been years. I kind of want to see the first option, but we'll figure it out. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway.
But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've gotta give that man a piece of my mind.
Just a piece. Okay. Then come to the trial tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two.
Thanks, Maya. It means a lot. Times may change, yet with crime, it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case, with the true culprit appearing as a star witness. This is it. Tomorrow it's me or him. To be continued. Alright. We'll be saving it. Well, guys, that might have been a longer one. I'm not sure. I might chop this up or split it or put part of it into the next part, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, we're near the end of the second case, and after that we'll be getting into the third. Yeah, I can do basic math. Anyway, I'm really Anyway, sorry if it, in case you guys haven't noticed, I have, watched walkthroughs and played through this game, up until the 5th case on my Wii, back when they had back when the WiiWare shop was open. Sorry if I didn't mention that before, but yeah. Normally I probably would be struggling with this a lot more. Yeah, I know that might ruin some people's curiosity, but think of it as more like a guide if you want. Anyway, guys. So on the next part we'll be defending ourselves in the court of law and having to deal with Wright. We'll be bringing him to justice or die trying. Anyway, until next time, this is Slayer Joe 31. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, peace out, and God bless.